relationships, if we have to define relationships, I think it goes with this four-letter word, life. We can never separate relationship from life itself, because we are constantly, consistently in relationship with people around us, with the nature around us, and with who we are on the inside. So it's more about how we nurture this relationship throughout this process called life. Whatever stint that we have for how many ever years that we are here. So, how do we do well in these relationships? And where do we begin? For anything at all, the beginning is from self itself. As long as we understand that we are constantly in relationship with ourselves as much as we are in relationship with other people, we are good. In some way we understand, once we understand this, in some way we understand that it is our primary responsibility to take care of self. So when we begin there, the process is to consistently, constantly observe what is happening, and just not to be caught in the drama of what is happening, but also to be aware of what is happening. You know what I mean? It's about being able to observe what is happening to us, with us, and including us. And that's how we nurture our relationship with self, by being aware, by being conscious of what is happening with us and what is being done by us to others, to the things around us, to the nature around us. And when we talk about relationships, mostly, it boils down to this relationship with a partner, a spouse. However, we are in relationship with everybody that is around us. It could be the elders in the family, our parents, extended family, friends, and then also, of course, the spouse. Um, so, how do we nurture each of these relationships? Is through being conscious, through being aware about what is happening and how we are doing what we are doing and why we are doing what we're doing. And does this happen with just a thought? Of course, it begins with a thought, and then also it has to be nourished, like how everything else that we nourish within ourselves. Even if it is a skill that we are learning, we are nourishing it by consistent practice. If we are growing a plant, we are nourishing that seed consistently with enough sunlight, with enough water, with enough um, nutrients over a period of time. And then what happens is the growth continues to happen. Even if you do not consciously wish for it, everything around you is always growing. Everything that has life in it is always growing, and so it applies to us human beings as well. We keep growing no matter what. And then it depends on how we are choosing to respond to the activities, actions, and the sources of entertainment and engagement around us. It depends on that as to how we grow, in which direction we grow, and how deeply we grow. So you can begin with nourishing these relationships through communication. Once you are aware that you are constantly in relationship with yourself as well, you can begin with communicating with yourself. It's a very well known information that per day almost 60,000 plus thoughts cross human minds. So we are consistently thinking, which means we're consistently in communication with ourselves. And since we do it all the time, and that is the mostly done thing in day-to-day life, we better practice it to be good at it. And how this is going to reflect in everything else that you do, in every other relationship that you have, in every instance that you would communicate with people, and how you receive information, process information, and how you act on that information, and how you act with the wisdom. This is how you nurture yourself, this is how you nurture your relationships in life, and this is how you constantly grow no matter what.